is the S&P index is simply tracking the currency supply of US dollars for the past 100 years. As when you invest in a diversified portfolio of stocks, you're not making money. All you're doing is preserving the capital that you had. You're not getting poor, you're not getting richer, you're just tracking sideways. You think you're getting richer in nominal terms, but in real terms, you're not.
Here's free game that Saylor's giving you. You see the dollar value go up, but the Bitcoin value goes down. You're not getting richer, you're just tracking sideways. If you don't get it, you don't get it. And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption, but if you're interested in trading MicroStrategy options, any other stock out there, Bitcoin, Solana, or any other crypto out there, you can now do that on MooMoo. And if you sign up with our affiliate link, which we pin in the comment section, also in the description below, when you sign up and deposit any amount, you're going to receive up to 20 free stocks, and each one of these stocks could be valued at up to $2,000. So make sure to sign up with MooMoo. Go get that free money. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video.
And to piggyback on that, if you want your free stuff, who doesn't like free stuff? There's 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000. Right here is the link. And if you want some alpha on how to use that, we're giving plays, we're talking about the crypto market, join the Bitcoin Bros Club right here. And getting straight into it, current time of this recording, we're seeing the market cap come in around $3.74 trillion. Bitcoin's coming in around 97.2. Ethereum's coming up around 3,700. Bitcoin dominance is down to 55%. So alts are running. Let's look over the past week. Who's the big winners? Hedera, XRP. Shout out to the XRP army. They've been killing it. Algo, ENS, Kaya, IOTA, Flare, Theta, XDC, EOS, and the list goes down. 44, 48, 89, almost 100% from HBAR. Massive moves. But what we're talking about today, miners are following the MicroStrategy playbook. Mara has announced an $805 million raise to buy more Bitcoin. The tidal waves are turning, and Michael Saylor has laid out the blueprint. And also, MicroStrategy's acquired another 15,400 Bitcoin for about $1.5 billion. This takes them over 400,000 at 402,100 Bitcoin. If you believe in Bitcoin, you should believe in MicroStrategy. So there's only going to be 21 million. Now remember, Satoshi has some locked up. There's coins that are lost forever, but just use 21 million. The number you really should be using is probably somewhere between 16 and 18 million. That's a different conversation, but let's divide this 402,100 divided by the 21 million, and they're almost at 2% of the Bitcoin supply that'll ever exist. Understand that. So if you believe in Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is a play. So, MicroStrategy has been very volatile to the upside, so what if it goes down? Well, check this out from Ben Workman. What happens if Bitcoin price goes down near term? So for starters, it would be unlikely we see more convertible notes in the short term if this happened. If Bitcoin's price declines, it means that the fair market value of their holdings will decline as well, meaning MicroStrategy. Since the leverage is tied to the value of Bitcoin holdings, this would mean they would drift towards the higher end of the target range. So that puts them in a position where they would be in a holding pattern for converts. Not the end of the world, the leverage is already there. As long as the shares are trading above book value, they would continue to use the ATM to acquire and keep their leverage ratio in range by adding Bitcoin. But they will likely slow the activities with a downturn to just enough to keep in line with guidance. So does that mean the shares will decline during this period if Bitcoin came down? Most definitely. MicroStrategy share price is tied with the growth rate of their Bitcoin holdings per share and the FMV, fair market value of the Bitcoin treasury holdings. Volatility goes both directions. Never forget that. Volatile to the upside, volatile to the downside. It's core to the model, so don't be caught off guard when it cuts to the downside. This scenario impacts both categories. Their growth would slow and the value of their holdings would decline. That certainly equals a lower share price. So Michael Saylor still buying every top. And right now, the ATM, shout out to Adrian for pulling this together, friend of the channel. MicroStrategy NAVs 2.56. You know, some bearish posts that we're seeing now for MicroStrategy. Last time we seen some similarities back towards the end of Q1, early Q2 of this year, when you know MicroStrategy was up to 2,000 per share pre-split, and you know then had a 50% reduction. Well, right now they're calling for similar price action. So let's look at the charts to see what the Bitcoin bros see. Current time this recording, MicroStrategy is coming in at 387, and we've seen this pattern here that we've been paying attention to. This previous top from February of 21 to this top right here back in April. So we connected that, extended it, and you see once we came up, we got rejected and came through. And then if we zoom in close enough to see here, you can actually see a back test of this line perfectly right here. Back test, blast off. So you see this bearish engulfing candle. This is a huge bearish engulfing candle from 540 all the way down to 380. This was in one day. Massive, massive sell-off. So this looks like this could be some type of ABC corrective pattern. And if you just look at the Elliott wave corrective patterns, you know, you can see that this could be your A, B, C, potentially, and we could be getting ready to go up higher. And why did Bitcoin bros say this? Because look at this 20 moving average. The 20 moving average crossed over the 50 and the 200, which is extremely bullish, and has been acting as support since then. And if we look at the RSI and pair this, this is on the daily, remember. We don't see any divergences yet on the daily. Divergences are definitely important to pay attention to. So we see that we're just sort of trending up, putting in higher highs, and actually with this previous low, this is still a higher low compared to this low back here. So that's what you want to pay attention to. Right now, we don't see any divergences as far as a bearish divergence. And if we look back into the charts back in April, if we're comparing the peak in April when we had that first run up, March, April time frame, what's the differences we see here? So we came back down and retested the 20 moving average and then had it put in a higher high. And look what happened with this here. We actually, from this peak, which wasn't the exact price peak, but the peak in the RSI, we then seen a lower high and the price put in a higher high. That's the divergence that we're talking about. So we can see that we need a cool off. And right now, we're not seeing that on the 20 moving average. And when we did fall below this from this peak, we fell down from the actual almost 2,000 peak. We fell below the 20 moving average. Right now, we haven't did that. We came back and almost kissed it perfectly. And we're just trading in this channel now around 390. So could the next leg be getting ready to come up for MicroStrategy and put even a higher high, breaking the previous high around 540 and going higher than before? The last time we came back and kissed it, this peak here, what do we do afterwards? We had a bounce and from 220 up to 540, it's 150% bounce. So that's from here up to here. And that's just putting in higher highs and higher lows. And the trend's your friend to the end. So you got to pay attention to these technicals because, you know, right now people are a little wary, a little bearish. You know, we understand that because, you know, there's a lot of volatility to the upside, a lot of volatility to the downside. That happens. And that's what Ben Workman was talking about. But if we do another 50% move from this bottom here, 150% move, sorry about that, where would this take us up to? This would take us up to over a $800 MicroStrategy, 848. Could this be in the cards? Yes, this could be. We're not just perma bears or perma bulls. You have to be realistic. Now, one thing to pay attention to if that did happen, and this came up and did something like this as far as the RSI, now you're getting a divergence. So you actually, that doesn't mean that's exactly the top. You're seeing similarities from this peak back here, from this local peak from when we had this divergence here. This wasn't the top. We actually put in a higher high, but this continued to put a lower high in. So this could fall a little bit lower and then come back up and kiss it again. And then this could actually be the peak, not this. But you got to spot these divergences. Right now is the time to load up if you load it up down here until we see differently. If Bitcoin, if MicroStrategy breaks down below this 20 moving average, then we'll reassess. But right now, we're not seeing that. This is just a channel where it's an opportunity to load up before the price catapults to the next level. You can look at this similarly right here. When we had this was an opportunity. People were saying, 250 was the top, came back down to like the low twos, and you could have loaded up before it went up. Down here, we fell down, and this was 117. We're saying, the run up was fun. It didn't happen again, but this is still a channel. We traded in this channel for almost about 6 to 7 months, this channel right here. And then once we finally got through it, what happened? You know, we came back and back tested the channel, and now it's all to the races. And if this is some type of flag pattern, we're going to look at, you know, a technical target for where this could be just landing us. Technical target, and this could take us up to that around $800 range. So that next leg up, the next 150% move could be in store. You don't want to miss the next move to the upside just by being wary and looking at charts like this, because you're not looking at the full picture. Right now, we're above the 20 moving average. The 20's done crossed over the 50. Everything's looking to the upside. This reset was actually healthy. No matter how much it scared you, it was healthy. Now, one thing to note, we zoom to this price action. This is what you want to pay attention to. This level right here, we want to hold the 20 moving average. Now, if we do something like this, this could be an A leg, this could be a B leg, and this could be a C leg retracement that comes and fills this gap. And then this is something to be very, very cautious of, because we could then come back up. You got to extend this 20 moving average. This 20 moving average is going to move a certain way from where it's at. But if this does come up and then this starts to curl over, the price action could bounce up from here, hit its head on the 20 moving average before potentially seeing lower price action. So this is the level you want to pay attention to. Let's get rid of these drawings. This is the level to pay attention to. This green line right here around 348. As long as we stay above that and we don't trade below it, then we're going to see another leg to the upside. But this ABC corrective wave is something to definitely be cautious of. And note this here. This is a gap. Sometimes these charts want to come back and fill these gaps. Now, will it fill it on the way up after it peaks out? Could it come back down to there? Or is it going to fill it in the short term? You got to pay attention. Pay attention to this 20 moving average. Bitcoin Bros will be on your side as we continue to analyze these charts. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. What do you guys think? Do you think that MicroStrategy is going to see another leg up in the short term, or are we going to get a deeper cool off? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.